All right, guys. So you guys like Dwarf of the Day so much, we figured we would kind of carry some of that format over to these monthly specials from Joe. I wanted to just talk about this animal. This is the one that we've selected. This is the first time that we've actually decided to release a male of this project as we're trying to figure it out. So this guy is an Anery Krispy Kreme. And we're not claiming that Krispy Kreme is like an incomplete dominant mutation or anything like that, but I suspect that it is. We have yet to see a super form. We haven't really reliably been able to try for a super form, but it was named after these kind of pattern details where you can see like these connected donuts that almost look like they're dripping down the sides. But as we've produced more of these animals and produced more we've brought it in several different combos from different clutches and collections and stuff. It's pretty cool. We've actually starting to see what this morph does aside from the original animal we named it after, which really had that melty donut look. So they don't all have that look, although it is a trait. You can see the clean donuts. You can see the big disparity between the top and sides. But really what this morph does is it thickens up the black lines. This is a really high percentage Calatoa, and given the bloodlines that this animal is coming from, it should have thin, sporadic, almost patternless lines. But this would be pretty exciting to have because you're adding thicker, bolder, and cleaner pattern, with a genetic trait theoretically, right? And then the other thing it does is adds a lot of contrast. So if you think of this as, we have, again, not knowing what a super form looks like at all, I kind of relate it to maybe like a spot nose ball python maybe. So extra black, you can see the variance in black between, like the thicker parts and the thinner parts, and then massive amount of contrast. When you go this high, I think this one's 81.25% Calatoa. When you go this high in Calatoa and the Anerys, you do not see this much color and contrast. The head is nearly opaque, tons of crazy blues coming off this animal. And we're filming this, guys, against a warm colored background. So it's actually making it look probably more brown than it is, if you can believe it. But these things are crazy silver, crazy blue. Obviously, that's the Anery coming through, but it's the Krispy Kreme pattern mutation. And it's also kind of almost just like a contrast mutation, like a amped up contrast. So that's what's going on with these guys. The reason we haven't released a male is because we were really hoping to hit a super form and we just couldn't get to it. And we have, we're going to release a male Krispy Kreme this year for someone that wants to get in on a bottom floor of something that I think we'll choose out. So this is not a project for everyone. We've seen like half the babies come out of every breeding that we've done doing this. But I just don't know the complete mode of inheritance. What I can show you, take a walk with me real quick, is that we have, unless you want to do editing, that's Ashley. Say hi.
Oh my gosh, Thomas on his lunch break.
I'm pull up the picture of his dad.
Oh, okay.
So he's right here. So this is kind of the founder of the Krispy Kreme line. And he had so little pattern that we, never noticed it. We were just noticing it coming out in the offspring. But this guy is 75% Calatoa, and he has turned completely calico with age. This is a really unique calico, though, because here you can see kind of like bleached out areas, but then it also has increased melanin in other areas. This is some new transition that he's going through. So this animal just has a ton of weird stuff going on with him, and we just don't know what it's all doing. Could it be that a Krispy Kreme is like a het calico? I don't know. But this will be one of, if not the only male Krispy Kreme that we're going to release for this year. And we've only let a couple of females go.
And he's what?
Our
first?
First. Oh, yeah. So this is kind of fun. If you're a car collector, this would matter. I get really excited about this. But this was the first animal of this year. So his ID number, if you want to check him out on our website, his clutch number is #CL, right? 22001. But his ID number, or VIN number, if you will, is 220001. So he is serial number 1 for this year, which is kind of cool, from clutch number 1 of this year, and he will be the one male that we release for this year. I also have a marble Krispy Kreme male that we've offered, but basically what we're going to do is sell one and hang on to the others, at least for this year. So this would be something that you guys could really get into. You can get into it with the Annery or the marble. The marble's cool, but 2 pattern mutations together sometimes are a little bit chaotic. With this, it really shows off that pattern with the color. So guy's pretty special. Don't freak out, okay? Price tag on this being potentially something very new for Super Dwarfs, and if we're right and it's opening up pattern, providing larger white rosettes and tons of contrast with a cleaned up pattern, this is going to be the key to making everything look nice in the future, right? So we had this guy priced at $12,000. And for Patreon only, if you buy him this month, we're doing a special $9,500. So I don't know, something kind of cool, sort of fun for you guys. We really need to get a male like this to a known Krispy Kreme female. It's just been hard to kind of track back all of those females, and some of them are like totally patternless. We don't know if they have it or not, and things like that. So we're breeding our male over there to suspected females, and we just keep missing. We're making lots of Krispy Kremes, but we haven't found any of the females that are actually producing Krispy Kremes, only that male. So we need to move it forward and see if we can make a super. And what will that super look like? I have no idea. Anyway, thought I would describe that to you guys. If you like it, let me know if you guys like this format on the monthly specials. That way, even if you don't buy it, you can kind of geek out about it with me. I thought that would be fun.